YouTube and YouTubers. It's the Crazy Heathen, or my real name is Phil Robinson. I'm not bashful. I'm not scared to hide my identity. I never have been. But I'm creating a second channel because I've already got 2 strikes on Crazy Heathen. Simply for stating true facts. Censorship is horrible. So I guess on this channel, I'm going to just talk more about prepping, talk more about the Second Amendment, talk more about survival, talk more about, current events, when they take place, how to address certain situations if the time should ever come, how to survive out in the wilderness. Because if you're not able to survive out in the wilderness, people, you're not going to survive for very long. Now, American, he's a good friend of mine, and he talks a lot about bugging out and when shit hits the fan type scenarios. So I'm going to try to make this video a little bit more about that. So, when you're trying to bug out, the key to bugging out is to go at night. Make darkness your friend. You're less likely to be spotted if you know how to evade people. Now, I don't know how it's going to be in the cities because I'm not from the city. I've lived in the country my entire life. I've lived in the woods more than half my life. But I'm sick of the censorship on social media. I was really debating on whether or not to even create this channel, because if I'm always just getting shut down, what good is it? So let's talk about a few preps I think you should have. 1 is a good knife. 2 is a bug out bag. 3 is good clothing. Especially if you live in the northern states like I do, like Michigan. It gets cold as hell up here sometimes. Food, water, shelter. Of course, your 2A, your guns, ammo. But a mindset is more important than all those. Because if you don't want to survive and you don't have self-preservation that burns deep inside you, you're likely to give up. Now, I have a fighting spirit, people. A very, very strong fighting spirit. I'm a warrior, and nobody can question that. And if you do, you don't know nothing about me. So go ahead, just run your mouth. It doesn't bother me. Period. But Air American is pretty much spot on a lot of things. I don't agree with everything. But you know what? We're never going to agree on everything. We're humans. The key is to be able to get along peacefully and not be at each other's throats over opinions. But let's talk a little bit about when the stores do run out of food. Or, okay, what happens if there is no food available, people? Let's just talk about food for a second. 3 days, people are going to turn into a different animal. 7 days, people are going to turn very violent. After that, it's going to be dog eat dog. Okay, now that's just a food shortage. Now let's talk about all kinds of other shortages. Medicine. Medicine becomes scarce or in such a high demand that only certain people get it. That's going to cause pandemonium. But what concerns me, the direction this country is headed, is how everything is politically correct. People like me are censored. People like me are labeled. People like me are called conspiracy theorists. But the worst thing I've ever been called is a domestic terrorist, because that is farthest from the truth. I love my country. I love everything that the Constitution of the United States stands for. And that's why I'm willing to fight for it so hard, because it means something to me. But I'm gonna upload this video to this channel. So all my subscribers to Crazy Heathen, if you would, come subscribe over to here. But people, America, and all around the world, we see what's going on. My eyes are open. If you're not paying attention to what is happening, you know, with the lockdowns, I can't say the word why, because this one will get banned instantly. But China is on the move, people. China is preparing for war, in my opinion. Russia's in talks with India. Afghan is taken over by the Taliban. And I don't see the difference between the Taliban and ISIS. I could go on and on and on and on and on about these kind of topics, but I guess if you get anything out of this video, people, is just know that you are on your own in a shit hits the fan type scenario, unless you have really, really good neighbors, really, really good friends that you can count on and trust. But those people that have nothing will come try to take what you have if everything does become scarce. It's human nature. You can't deny it. It's kind of a scary thought to think about. But it looks like our economy is about to crash. China's dropping the petrodollar. Who knows what's happening? But it's beginning to rain out here. And I think I've ranted long enough. But I just want to get this channel up and going again because I'm on a 2-week suspension. And I'm down to my last strike on my other channel.